All right, so today is May 10th, 2020, Mother's Day. And I'm in the house with my mom, grandma, my sister who's a mother, the mother of my only child, aunties, the women of the house, the women of the family. So this video right here, that will be the inspiration behind this video, being that it's Mother's Day. I feel like I should make a video for my females, for the goddesses out there, for the divine feminine energy. So now, in this video, I want to explain to my females, right? I want to bring to you guys awareness that religion is the reason why society treats you the way society treats you. Religion is the reason why. So I want my females to know that none of you guys belong in religion. None of you guys belong in religion. And religion is the reason why you guys are treated the way you guys are treated. So, why do I say that? Well, religion is man-made. We all know that. It's 2020. So now, religion runs the world. Why do I say religion runs the world? Because on your money, it says, "In God we trust." When you get married, you know, you're doing it in front of a preacher, a priest, or whatever your religion calls it. That's who you're getting married. That's how you get married, through religion. When you go to court, you know, you swear to tell the truth, you know, in front of God or whatever you want to call it. So religion runs the world. So, being that religion runs the world, and when you look at the world that we live in, or the society that we live in, females are very much on the bottom, especially black females, but females in general. White males created religion, and white women, just until like the mid 1990s, just started getting their rights, just started being able to speak up. So women been suppressed ever since religion has been introduced to the world or to society. Because when you study ancient civilizations, not just ancient Africa, ancient Egypt, when you study ancient civilizations, you see that or you come to find out, or you learn that they ran off a matrilineal system or civilization, meaning women ruled, you know? So, and how do we know this? Because you have pyramids, which is said to be a big vagina. In the Middle East, you have constructs like the mosque, which is said to be a big breast with the nipple on the top. So these are constructs built to show the importance of feminine energy. And now, today, and with religion being introduced to the world, that's been reversed. Now we live in a patrilineal system. That's why we're the patriots, and it's man first. So, being that it's Mother's Day, I feel like, you know, this is a good time to, you know, drop some jewels for my goddesses out there, to let you know you guys are goddesses. You guys are goddesses. So now, what I would do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go through each religion. I'm going to go through a few chapters and verses that I'm going to give to you guys, so you guys can look up to, because everything that I'm saying now has been fact-checked, double-checked, claim-checked. So I'm not just spewing out, you know, foolishness. So I'm going to go through each religion, and I'm going to show you guys the suppression of the female energy. And I don't even want to make this video too long. We'll start off with Christianity, the religion that I grew up in. So now in Christianity, right, in the book of Genesis, which means the origin and creation of something. That's what the book of Genesis is about, the creation story. You have in this book of Genesis, the Adam and Eve story, right? And they tell you that what? Adam went to a deep sleep and God created Eve from his... I'm making a video that God created Eve from Adam's rib when he went to a deep sleep. So in this religion, kind of threw me off, but in this religion, Christianity, they're telling you that they're telling you that woman comes from man, right? But when you deal with science, you understand that that's a lie. How is that a lie when you deal with science? Because when you deal with science, you know, the female is the X chromosome, the metacentric chromosome, which is the X chromosome, which is 2 to 5 times bigger than the male chromosome, which is the submetacentric chromosome, which is 2 to 5 times smaller. And it's also the XY chromosome. So let me break it down for you one more time. In science, you have the X chromosome, which comes before Y, and it's called a metacentric chromosome. That's the female. It's 2 to 5 times bigger than the XY chromosome, which is the male. And the XY, it has a Y there because Y comes after X. So actually, men come from women. How do we know this? Or what makes me even entertain this when I read it? We have nipples we don't use. You know, the divine feminine energy, when she gives birth to a human or to an extension of the creator, a young God, and she's able to feed this young God with breast milk. She's able to feed this young God with breast milk. We have nipples we don't use. We also come out with foreskin on our penises. That doesn't have to get cut, but they cut it anyway. But whatever, we come out with foreskin on our penises because that's actually a vagina sucked in. Also, when it comes to the male and the female, right? The female actually has an umbilical cord directly from the universe. So that should let you guys know how men come from female. But I can go even further on, dealing with the Adam and Eve story. Well, not even dealing with the Adam and Eve story, or going further on of how the male come from female. I'm going to go with the suppression of the female energy with the Adam and Eve story with Christianity. Now it tells you Adam and Eve was in a garden, and there was a tree of life and a tree of knowledge. God forbade them to eat from neither. So in this story, it tells you that the female got tricked by the devil, aka the serpent, disobeyed God, and ate from the tree. And not only that, she not only disobeyed God, which was a man, a father God, she convinced her husband to do the same, to disobey God, to go against God and eat from this tree. And now, because of that, Eve and all of her descendants are cursed. Eve gets a period once a month, and so on and so forth. So being a female and reading that, it's like, okay, Adam and Eve were the first people on planet Earth. We know the first people on planet Earth were black. So being a black female reading this is like, damn, my ancestor, because I'm a descendant of Eve, according to this doctrine, disobeyed God, tricked, manipulated, convinced, tricked, whatever you want to use, and had her husband also disobey God, eat from this tree, and now all of humanity is cursed. My daughters get periods when they're 13, which is just a natural process that you go through to cleanse your vessel to give birth. So they pervert that natural process and make it seem like you're cursed. How? When you look up the word menstruation in a dictionary, the third definition, not the first, not the second, the third definition says curse. So that's very suppressive when it comes to feminine energy in that Bible. Also, my mom actually put up a verse where it mentioned the female, but that is the only time the female is mentioned in the whole book. In the Holy Trinity, right? You got the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. You don't have no place for the feminine energy, the divine feminine energy in this book. The female is God on planet Earth. The female is the median for a soul to come into the physical. Her womb is the median for the soul to come through and be physical. But in religion, it suppresses that divine energy, that divine feminine energy. Like, it don't even put women in a mind state of how powerful they are. It just literally suppresses you guys. Hey, Adam's in the garden by himself. He's bored. He go to sleep. God made him from the rib because he was bored and needed someone to play with or whatever. Like, it's lame, to be honest. It's 2020, man. That shit is lame. So, is that it for Christianity? Because I said I didn't want to make this video long. But, you know, Christianity, religion is always a deep topic, you know? Oh, even more, because I have some notes here. Even more. They tell you female come from man. But we know today in 2020, every birth starts off as a female. We know this. That's a fact. We know this. So, you guys, we need our females to wake up and get rid of this religion. Let's go to the next religion. I'm going to go to Islam. Now, from a naked eye, being a Christian, we look at these other religions and we be like, damn, why is she covered up? Why the fuck is they wearing? Because they're suppressing their energy. They're suppressing their existence. That's what religion does. It suppresses females. So, let's go into Islam. Ooh, I'm going to pull up some chapters and some verses on this one. Now, Allah told Muslims, chapter 4, verse 129, Allah told Muslims to treat women unequally. Now, let me quote Allah, who got turned into Allah. It used to be Alet. It used to be a female deity that they worship, Alet. And they pray in a room. The room or the womb of Alet, not the womb of Allah. That makes no sense. But they still pray to the womb of Allah to this day. Chapter 4, verse 129 states, you will not be able to treat your wives with absolute justice, not even when you nearly desire to. That's chapter 4, verse 129. It says, you will not be able to treat your woman with absolute justice, not even if you strongly desire to. So, damn, I can't treat my woman fairly? This is my counterpart. I can't treat her fairly? Maybe that's why niggas feel so above females. I wonder, does religion do that? Chapter 4, moving on. Chapter 4, verse 34. It gets dark, mind you. Men are the protectors and maintainers of women because Allah has made one of them excel over the other. Thus, righteous women are obedient and guard the rights of men in their absence under Allah's protection. Obedient, huh? As for women who you fear rebellious, admonish them and remain apart from them in bed and beat them. Then if they obey you, do not seek ways to harm them. That is chapter 4, verse 34. Look it up. Moving forward, the Al-Tabari, volume 1, page 280. Allah said, and I quote, it is my obligation to make Eve bleed once every month as she has made this tree bleed. So now Islam is just a remix of Christianity. And when every time they're talking, you're gonna see in each religion they're talking about the female in their menstruation process. You know, they're trying to pervert that process. So they say here, Allah say here that it is his obligation to make Eve bleed once every month as she has made this tree bleed. So that's like in Christianity, Eve gets her period because she ate from the tree of knowledge, the tree of life. Here it says Allah make Eve bleed because she make this tree bleed. Like, let me continue on. I must also make Eve stupid although I created her intelligent. Because Allah afflicted